Think about what you did.
Nobody makes it to the end of these things. Come on.
The Broken Agenda Podcast. Sponsored by Laughing Rock Technology.
Like a ribbon that says, good job.
So then the carbon credits maybe come back. I don't know.
I don't know.
'Cause I don't know what carbon credits.
Maybe they've
program
changed too. I haven't
is.
done a lot of research on carbon credits.
Somehow they're buying the land, getting the money back, buying more land, and continue to do it. There's some kind of benefit through the carbon.
It all sounds kind of like
program.
an NFT to me.
Like an NFT.
Which just absolute crap. We all know how you feel about NFTs. All right. Anyway, on target, because I am crazy excited for this episode. I don't know if we have like ESPN music or something, or if we'll get sued if we play it.
Probably.
But today is the day. It is the official disease tournament bracket, or as we like to call it here, the Jada Pinkett Smith Invitational.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
So for anybody who did not watch or listen to last week's podcast, we got a little fired up about diseases, and we got off on Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, giving him the old Will Smith, and all over alopecia. And then we had a conversation about, alopecia really couldn't hang with the other diseases. And then we decided that we were going to, have a battle royale of diseases to see who actually is the winner. Now, all right, so we got to go in light on this. We can't just storm in like a bunch of medieval knights. If you're easily offended, I can't imagine you would have found this podcast if you are. But if you're easily offended, shut it off now. I don't need the comments. This is not going to be a fun one to digest unless you've got a real healthy sense of humor or a significant dark side. And please know we're not judging any disease or person with disease in this. Really, what we kind of want to do is figure out who should be getting our money when we donate to causes. You know, I mean, if we've got an upset here by toe fungus, I want to know that, because maybe I should be donating to the Toe Fungus Society of America, and maybe they're the big cheese. Now, there are no criteria here. Like, we didn't decide, get it, the big cheese.
So cheese,
I didn't know if I was going to catch that. Yeah, there he is. That's a giggle.
I think this is the weirdest thing I've ever done.
This is absolutely the weirdest thing we've ever done. There's no criteria here. There's 3 idiots with microphones. And I didn't release the list ahead of time. I think Tyler saw it. Jimmy has not. I think he saw it for the first time like 10 minutes ago. So we've got a bracket made up. I don't know if you want to pull up the bracket, Tyler. If you're not watching, it might be worth watching this one if you're just listening. But we'll walk you through it. You'll be fine. So there's no discussion going on here. All we're going to do is go through just head up, matchup by matchup, and we're going to see who rises to the top. 3 votes, majority rules. It is a semi-double elimination, so there is a loser's bracket. So if a hefty disease gets knocked out early because of a bad matchup, we understand. We are sensitive, and we want to give that disease a chance to come back and be a rock star. So
This feels very
This is really thought out.
karmic in some ways.
Oh, we're all getting cancer after this episode.
It's kind of like when you drive by the guy who's pulled over on the side of the highway and you're like, shh, that's going to be me next.
Because I didn't stop.
Because I didn't stop. Yeah, it's one of those.
You drive by and hit the puddle.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if it's that bad, but...
Well, look, Tyler, if you get dementia next week, we'll know why. It's absolutely because of this podcast.
Just going to write it in my will when I get home.
I guarantee you, if I ever run for like a real public office, this episode will come up. This will burn us all to the ground. Our public lives are over, guys.
This is like a dissection of Craig's brain. This episode.
Well, no, that's only the brain disorders section.
Oh.
There's 15 other sections. It's the Sweet 16, buddy. Don't get caught up on the brain. You gotta stay focused. There's lots of stuff going on, ducking and weaving.
So I'm rushing to categorize the whole thing into
You can't
one
say
bracket.
Don't say Russian.
I just bracketized the entire.
It just says okay. All right. So Jada Pinkett Smith. This one's for you, baby.
Okay.
All
first
right.
of all,
So
first question.
Yes.
Who's Jada Pinkett Smith?
Wait, weren't you here?
What?
You were
That's
on
Will's.
the pod.
Is that Will's?
That's Will's cheating wife.
Okay.
Who he slapped. He Will Smith Chris Rock across the face
Jada
over.
Pinkett Smith. Okay.
That's the whole genesis of this episode. He slapped Chris Rock because Chris Rock made fun of her having alopecia.
Well, you winged out the name last week, and personally, I never really knew. I don't really know those people.
Oh, don't worry, you're not missing much.
It's in the Matrix.
She is in the Matrix, but she only got in there because
People are still
Big
watching
Willie
this.
style got her in there. It's
People who are still watching this episode, they'd have to stop and go watch last week's episode to figure it out.
I highly
If they
recommend
didn't-
watching all the episodes.
If they didn't know her.
Except like episode 16, I think it was. That one was a turd. But the rest of them are great.
I don't remember what 16 was.
There was one of them in there that was an absolute train wreck. I don't recommend it to anybody. I think one of us fell asleep halfway through. I don't remember. But they can't all be winners.
All right.
All right. So jumping into the brackets. Anybody have any final comments before we start pitting diseases against each other for the grand title of Master Disease? Master and Commander.
No comment.
All right. Let's get into it. Game 1. Tyler, you want to announce it?
Rare disease versus infectious disease.
Ooh, this is a good matchup right off the bat. All right, so infectious disease, just to give you some, because there are guidelines we have here on all these categories. So COVID-19, influenza, things that pass from person to person that are break typhoid, E. coli, anthrax, Ebola. And then rare disease, I don't really have a lot of examples because, they're rare.
Ebola is rare.
Ebola is pretty rare.
It now is.
Now it is. It didn't
Yeah.
used to be. But rare diseases are like things that rarely ever show up, but they're real. Like they're very real diseases. But
So that doesn't mean like how well they were cooked.
no, we're assuming they're natural, and we're assuming that they're cooked at least to medium well, with an internal temperature of 152.
I feel like the last 3 episodes, Jimmy's really gotten into cannibalism.
This is like the third time
It's
you've
the
brought it up.
third episode.
Just eat a dude and get it out of your system, man. Come on, or a chick, or whatever. I don't want to judge. I don't know. I think I know how I'm going to vote on this one. Obviously, infectious disease affects a lot of people. Pretty common. They're out there. But rare disease, I feel like, I can't prove this. I feel like a lot of breakthroughs in science come from studying rare diseases. Like, I don't know. There might be some value there.
Yeah, but I would just say rare wins because it's rare. Like,
Well, by that argument, infectious disease wins because it's common. It affects
Yeah.
everybody. Why'd you throw your money at something that's going to
But
help
like-
the most people?
what's worse to have? Isn't that how we're approaching this? I'd rather have a rare disease. Something that's common is going to have more resources thrown at it.
Wait, I thought we were looking for like the greatest disease, like the one that nobody would like. I think
That
you
nobody
win
wants.
if you don't want it, don't you?
Yeah, but do you want a rare disease?
Or an infectious disease?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's tough. 'Cause I've had a lot of these infectious
I
diseases.
say, yeah.
They're not that big a deal.
I personally love going against the grain, so
Well, I know we're arguing. So
Like
which
if I was
one?
Which grain are you going against?
I would rather have the rare. I'd rather be the standout.
You'd rather? Oh, so you're doing it just for ego?
Oh,
You
yeah,
just
yeah.
want to say I had, Porcella's disease or something nobody's ever heard
Yeah,
of.
exactly.
All right, I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want some disease nobody's heard of. I don't.
No,
like a doctor just looks at you like you got a dick growing out of your forehead and says, "I don't know. Good luck,
I
champ."
think that there's like that one disease that people grow like horns and stuff.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
What?
There was like old examples of it. Like
You grow horns?
it's like I forget what it is, but you just all over your face and stuff. Like
Oh, I think I know what
like
you're talking
that.
about. Like
But it's-
calcium.
yeah, it's like
buildup.
calcium deposits that
Oh,
grow
under
out of
your skin. I have heard of that.
Wow, I've never seen that.
I don't know. That sounds we should pull that up on the internet.
Should we?
I kind of want to see it. Not on the show. Maybe not now. Maybe nobody else wants to see
Or
it.
like that wolf
Could
disease.
become pretty gory.
What?
Everything's hairy.
Well, that's me.
No, like
Oh yeah.
Even the
top
head?
to bottom, the whole face. There were 2 kids who were in the circus for a while in Barnum and Bailey's. I
Yeah,
believe.
Well, I mean,
way
there's
back in
something
the
we
day.
didn't think about. I mean, rare disease could be, career opportunities.
It could.
I mean, get you in the circus.
Yeah.
It was for a long time.
What if you sneezed and your eyeballs popped out, and then you had to push them back
That was
in?
somebody.
I don't think
that
that's.
was
I don't think it's a disease.
Yeah, I don't
Could
think
be
so.
a disease.
It's just a
No, it's just a loose
deformity.
eye.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like
There was someone who was famous for that.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ. All right, well, we can't talk forever on each one of these. We got a lot of battles to go through here. So let's take a vote. Who's going rare disease?
I'm going rare.
I'm going rare. You're going what?
Rare.
Oh wow, unanimous. All
So
right, Tyler,
unanimous?
fill it out. Rare wins and infectious moves to the losers bracket. All right, so for our next matchup, neurodegenerative disease versus HIV/AIDS. So I think does anybody not know what HIV/AIDS is?
That was that thing from like the 80s and 90s, right?
Pretty much.
Just kidding.
So neurodegenerative, we're talking about Parkinson's. We're talking about Alzheimer's. We're talking about Huntington's disease, dementia, stuff like that. I don't even need to talk about this one. This one's a slam dunk in my book.
Yeah, I mean, I know what I'm going for.
I didn't even realize AIDS was still a thing. It's like number 5
What's-
on the money raising list.
say if we would have had this discussion 30 years ago, AIDS probably wins in my mind.
AIDS was pretty scary in the late 80s, early 90s. And
Mm-hmm.
then Magic Johnson got it, kicked its ass, and now it's dead.
Yeah, it's what did I read? Most people who get HIV can have a normal life, maybe 5 years less than normal, but
No, I don't. I think any more of the new drugs. It's basically
it's just
been
there.
eradicated.
It's like
Yeah.
a headache. Just get aspirin.
Yeah, I don't even think you can spread it. I don't even think you're at risk of spreading once you're on meds.
I think you can.
Can you?
I think so, but your T cell count is so low, or whatever, the HIV count is so low that it doesn't really
Okay, so
affect.
can we all just admit that HIV's done? Stop giving money to it.
Yeah,
It's
I would say so.
okay, great. Neurodegenerative, nice work. It's blasting AIDS out of
It's
there.
such a more interesting word.
Neurodegenerative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. I'd like to hear Joe Biden try to say it.
I put that in the wrong one.
I think that would be fun. Maybe we can send him an email. Was that G2? L2?
Yeah, I put it in L2.
Oh man, what do we got? Digestive diseases versus cancer. Somebody had to pull cancer round one. Sorry, Crohn's. What else do we got here? Digestive diseases. So, like GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, celiac, Crohn's, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. I mean, again, do we even have to talk about this one? I mean, if a dude came up to me and said, "Look, I'm going to give you some cancer or diarrhea," like I wouldn't be happy about it. Look, my gut doesn't work that great either, but I take it over cancer any day of the week.
Yeah,
twice
absolutely.
on Sunday. I feel like digestive disease just pulled a short straw there.
That seems like it. I think I'm going to go with number 1.
You're going digestive disease?
Yeah.
Oh,
Being the worst.
it's being worse.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be shiting myself everywhere.
So you take cancer over?
I'm confused with how we're picking stuff.
We lost Jimmy. Well, look,
The last one,
which one's worse? Like, which one's worse? That's the question.
I think it'd be cool to have to like shard on the wall.
We
know?
we went. This is why we can't do nice episodes because of Jimmy. I don't even know what he's talking about right now. Like, what? You want to write your name
So
on the
I
wall
can't
like
pick-
like
I
a kid in
can't-
the snow?
So I can't pick the one that I'd like to have.
Yeah, I don't know. This is like the worst disease.
Which one's worse? We're looking for the king of the disease.
Okay, the king of the. Okay, then I guess cancer would take it.
Yeah, I mean, you can pick Crohn's.
I thought we agreed in the beginning that we agreed to disagree.
I don't even know what that means. Are you cancer?
I'm cancer.
I'm cancer. We're moving on. Let's just do cancer.
Okay, well I'm outvoted anyway, so
Yeah, I don't even know what's happening right now. It was at That was L3, right?
Yeah, L3.
All right. I feel like the real battles are going to be in the losers bracket. This bracket one's going to be tough. Oh, come on. And I'm going to tell you, I used a random generator to pick these matchups. This was not intentional, but I mean, skin tags versus heart attack. I don't know. What did I have on skin disorders? Like eczema, psoriasis, warts.
Psoriasis.
Psoriasis. Yeah, that's a good one. It's got a P in it. I like that. I mean, heart disease, that's like heart attack, heart failure.
The number one killer, isn't it?
Does heart disease
but it's
kill
like-
more than all the cancers?
I think so, at least in the U.S.
the thing is, like, you're out, right? Like people with cancer, they like live life to their max when they figure out they get it.
Do they? Because I know some people
try.
just, once they get, like they were living and then get it. And
Like heart disease, you get messed up, you're messed up. But then if you have a skin disorder and your face is all like you're itching all the time or something, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Get a cream. At least your heart works. I mean, I don't know. Look, I'm not saying I'm aching for any of these things. Like IBS, skin disorder, they're all pretty rough, and they didn't make the list because they're soft and fluffy. I mean, except alopecia. But I mean, I don't know. Like you would rather have a heart attack than
A skin disorder.
get a wart. Like I just want to make
Not
sure.
a wart, but
All right, you would rather have a heart attack than get some itchy, flaky elbow skin. Like you'd rather, go down hard.
I guess I don't think about like it being like an elbow. I think about it being some kind of catastrophic skin disorder.
All right, so
That's like horrendous. That where like you're just like in torture all day, living itchy,
like
and,
shingles or something.
Yeah, like where it's. I mean, you know.
Shingles is rough.
I have heart disease and my heart goes out. I'm gonna fall over and okay.
But even if you want shingles, which isn't really a skin disorder, it's a viral outbreak. It's on your skin.
Yeah, I guess it's yeah.
But maybe it's a skin disorder. But even if it's shingles, I'd still rather have shingles than a heart attack.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, and shingles is rough. I've got friends that have had it. It's not fun. Dad had it on his face. That was brutal.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. Kept accidentally touching his nose, and he'd be like, every time. It was kind of funny, but you couldn't laugh because he was sensitive about it. Like, it was weird.
Like you have some kind of skin disorder where like this side of your face is like mutilated and this one's like okay.
I mean, did you get like in a car wreck and you got mutilated?
I don't know.
Like
I've just seen people with weird stuff.
I mean, I've seen some bad rashes and stuff, but
like what does like a cleft fall under?
That would be congenital.
Really, it's not like
that would be like a cleft lip or something like you're talking about. Yeah. I don't think we have hair lip on here. We could always do a remix. That's some new funky stuff.
No, I'm just trying to get in Craig's brain here.
You want to vote? It's not my brain. I didn't make these diseases. I mean, that's what the Chinese do.
Well, that's what I think. Like, would I want my like some kind of mutilative skin disorder?
All right, so
or would I rather have heart disease? I'd kind of just like rather go out quick.
So you're going skin disorder.
Well,
I respect it. There's no wrong answer here, man. They're all diseases. They all suck.
That's what I say. But I'm gonna get outvoted. I have a funny feeling.
It's heart disease, man. It's a tough one to beat. I mean, that's a.
I mean, I could see like skin disorder would be like if I got a skin disorder now, assuming I live for another 30 years, got to deal with it for 30 years versus
just checking out.
Or having to get a couple surgeries every few years to balloon up my arteries.
That's cardiovascular disease.
Well, if you get like a skin disorder,
specifically to the heart, we're not talking about like stroke.
Okay.
No, yeah. that's a separate category. I think that's going up against like I don't know, like anal fissures or something. I don't know what's up there.
Say you get a skin disorder when you're like 40 and you've lived your life, and you get to that time in your life when you just don't give a crap. You know, I don't care what anybody thinks at this point. It wouldn't be as big of a deal, but if you had it like when you were 6 going through high school.
Yeah, but by that same measure, what if your heart failed when you were 6?
Well, you'd be done.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I hear what you're saying, but you know, a functioning ticker allows me the ability to fight through the skin disorder.
Yeah.
I mean, but if that thing's not working, I mean, I'm not doing much of anything. I'm bedridden. I can't really go anyplace. You know, probably on oxygen, dragging a tank around like a flammable idiot. Like
with heart disease.
Yeah. Assuming I didn't kick out the first time it flared up. So, I don't know. I got to go heart disease, but you guys are making some solid arguments here for skin disorders. Like, there's some rough skin disorders out there. So, can't say I blame you. I mean, throwing the shingles out there was rough. Was that you?
I mean, I've seen somebody with shingles. It doesn't look like. I mean, shingles kind of like chicken pox, right?
No, shingles hurts.
It hurts.
It's
like
a rash
painful.
that hurts. Extremely painful all the time, and if you touch it, it feels like you're getting stabbed.
Yeah.
So it's not fun.
My neighbor had shingles. He didn't seem to be all that like bad, but he might have had a mild case of it.
And I think it's like anything else. Different people handle it different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like some people are more sensitive to pain too.
Mm-hmm.
So, like my old man, he could lose a leg and he would finish the yard work. Like that guy doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of keeps kicking.
Yeah. But I've got a brother who, if he gets a hangnail, he has to take off a week of work. So, I mean, different people, man. They're all different.
Like heart disease, you don't suffer like from heart disease. Like you just end up with it one day, and then whatever your time is. And
my dad
is that right?
It's been 16 years since my dad had his last heart attack. First heart attack. He's in his mid-70s. He had it when he was around 60.
Yeah, I mean, you can certainly suffer with heart disease.
He's fine. I mean, he takes a burlap sack full of pills every day, but, you know, he's kicking.
What do you do to fix heart disease outside of medication?
He had a quadruple bypass, and then they just basically put him on blood thinners, cholesterol meds, blood pressure meds, and told him to, you know, stop sitting on the couch so much.
Like pacemakers and stuff, right?
He's got does he have a pacemaker? No, he doesn't have a pacemaker yet. No, but that wouldn't. Yeah, but it could be that.
Heart disease. Yeah.
especially if you've got like an arrhythmia or something like that.
Like my brother-in-law has psoriasis, but he has it like on his elbows and knees and maybe down on his feet a little bit. So it doesn't seem like it's not a big deal. It's not like something that bothers him. But if it was a severe case, I don't know.
I got to be honest. When I saw these brackets pop up, I did not think this would be the one we'd get stuck on. I thought we were going to fly through this one and get into some hard stuff. Like skin disorders has held its own for a lot of time. But I think we got to vote. I think we can't do this.
I'm going to go skin disorder.
All right, he's going skin disorder. Respectable choice after that argument. Can't argue with it. Tyler?
I think I got to go with heart disease.
Yeah, I got to go heart disease.
I want to go skin disorder, but
You almost sold me on it, but I still don't want to have a heart attack.
It's like guys with hair and without hair. You know,
Yeah, I don't know. What? What?
the voting brackets.
Oh, gotcha. I see what you're saying. Okay, fair enough. I didn't follow that. All right, so let's go to the right side. Are we done with the left side?
yeah.
All right, so we're almost done through round one. So what do we got here?
Lung disease.
I want to be very clear. Lung disease does not include lung cancer.
So it's like emphysema and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Like what else do I got in lung disease? Yeah, asthma, pneumonia, COPD.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that type of stuff. And then pediatric disorders, which again does not include cancer. Cancer's all under the cancer category. So pediatric disorders is like digestive juvenile digestive disorders,
juvenile diabetes and stuff,
lung issues, skin issues like from birth or when you're real little. Like, yeah, there's a decent amount of things that kids get that are not cancer. It's just,
I mean, this one's an easy one for me.
Oh, all right. How about for you?
Well, I would hate to be in a situation where I couldn't be active. I'm feeling like lung disease is maybe worse for me.
I don't know. Lung diseases do seem to really suck.
They suck.
If I couldn't run and I couldn't, like, if I was always lagging behind and I had to hang by myself, or
some of them more good.
Choose a different crowd to hang with because I couldn't, breathe or hang or.
I mean, but then sick kids, that's tough too.
Yeah.
See, like
the thing is, you can make more kids though.
Kids don't.
I'm not saying they're replaceable. I'm just saying there's options. Like,
I don't know. I feel like some of the lung diseases you bring on yourself, right? COPD, emphysema. You had a life as a heavy smoker, and you contract those things, and that was your call all that time.
What if you were just a construction worker and you breathed in some dust?
Yeah, and
for years?
Obviously, yeah.
Like cutting bricks.
But still,
like, what kind of pediatric disorders are we really?
I did not do as good a job on this one as I probably should have. All I've got is like digestive disorders. A lot of these are related to babies. Mm-hmm. Like they come out and they can't digest stuff. They have trouble eating things. Skin disorders. A lot of kids will develop like bad rashes and really bad disorders on their skin that'll clear up as they get older, but they're real issues for kids. Most of the stuff in the pediatric disorders category isn't fatal. Most of that falls into other categories like heart disease or cancer or something like that. This is mostly like secondary pediatric disorders, like things that just are scary or very uncomfortable. Exclusive pediatric sicknesses and stuff like that.
I mean, I've seen kids walking through the cancer clinic, and that's like heartbreaking.
No, kids' cancer is a totally different thing.
Yeah, so
kids with cancer breaks my heart. I can't.
It's probably just the auto winner.
I didn't even put it in here. I just lumped it in with cancer because if you had to vote on that alone, if you have a soul, you don't vote against kids with cancer.
Yeah.
So,
pediatric seems like more just of an inconvenience to me than and a pain and maybe scary, just because you're like a mom. I think the kids are just like know life as they know it, and they're not usually as quite affected by it as the onlookers are.
Which, I mean, I get, but depending on what it is, though, I feel like...
Like, is pediatric disorder going to prevent the kid from participating in daily life and having to sit there and watch other kids run around?
Maybe. It could.
Is it going to lead them to bullying?
And actually, you know what? I know what I'm going to pick here. Because pediatric disorders actually includes lung issues. That fact alone means that either way, you're still supporting lung disease, which is good.
Okay.
It came out wrong. You know what I mean.
All right, Tyler, what do you do?
I was
what do
going
you choose?
pediatric.
Yeah, I got to go pediatric.
I'll
on
go
this one.
pediatric, too.
Yeah, that's tough. I can't vote against
I
the
feel like
kids.
lung disease is more after you lived your life kind of thing, and
Yeah, it's
you worked,
further
and
down the
you're
road.
older, and maybe it's not so.
Yeah, and your
Maybe it's not
times-
so much a
We're checking.
kid
7, 6, 5.
era disease.
All right, here we go. Oh, lung disease versus skin disorders is going to be coming up in the losers bracket. That's going to be a tough one. Brain disorders versus mental health. It's brain on brain action. Oh, I didn't see that one coming. That's all right. So brain disorder, mental health first. We're talking about like schizophrenia. I have autism in here. I don't know if anybody gets upset about that, but I had it in here
As mental health.
as mental health. Obsessive compulsive disorder, phobias, like even something as
Yep.
simple as that. Versus brain disorders, which I have in as like tumors, MS,
MS, yeah.
like an embolism or an aneurysm, trauma, like severe concussions or
TBIs.
swelling, things like that. So, I mean, a lot of our arguments in the previous conversation don't apply here. These can affect kids, adults. They can affect old people, young people. They're all over the map. Oh, I don't know. Would I rather have schizophrenia or a brain aneurysm? This is a dark episode.
What an
You're
aneurysm-
saying these auto matched? Like
Yes.
you didn't match these?
I didn't match any of these. I put it through a random generator.
Seems
and-
like it's tough to take these two because they're so similar.
No, I numbered all of them, and then I put all 16 numbers through a random number generator. And then,
So what was the difference between brain disorders and neurodegenerative?
so neurodegenerative was like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, Huntington's, dementia. Like
I feel like MS should be over neurodegenerative.
it probably should be. You're
Yeah.
right. I might have screwed that one up.
No, you're fine.
But brain embolisms, aneurysms, concussions, brain swelling, tumors, non-cancerous tumors, but they're very
Yeah.
common where you get a growth in your brain and starts pressing against your skull. I don't know how common, but they happen. Yeah, you're right. MS should be a neurodegenerative. God, that's a tough matchup.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I know how I'm going to vote. But, see, I don't know. Sometimes I think about these things from the standpoint of research. Like, what do we learn more about by dumping money into research on these things? Like, brain disorders, obviously, you know, studying brain trauma and studying embolisms and aneurysms, stuff like that. There can be some very real benefits there. Even tumors, like
Yeah.
behavior from tumors and things like that. But, man, mental health. I'll go first this time because you guys have been going for. I got to go mental health on this one.
I say
I mean, if I develop schizophrenia, that would scare the pants off me.
You said mental health.
I'm
as
saying
well?
mental health.
I was
You're
the
going
same.
mental health
I
too?
was the same, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if there was some other stuff that got lumped in with brain disorders, I think it would have given more of a fight.
Yeah, well, that's why I asked about the
Yeah.
MS.
No, that was a good question. There's definitely some overlap here. So, cardiovascular disease versus aging. I know this one was interesting because I got aging. A lot of these categories that I picked came from the NIH and from the federal government, the amount of money that's donated to certain types of research. And believe it or not, anti-aging, the effects of elongating the human lifespan, is a top dollar getter. Apparently, a lot of old rich people want to be older rich people. I don't know, but a lot of money goes towards aging. So cardiovascular. So we all know what aging is. That's extend the human lifespan. Cardiovascular. So that's going to cover what Tyler was saying earlier, which is like stroke. Where's my cardiovascular? Blood clots, stroke, high blood pressure, stuff like that. Things that affect your blood system. I mean, I don't know. This one's easy for me. I am quite honestly not looking to keep getting older.
Yeah. The people that concerned about aging are people in power, and then they just want to live longer so they can control longer.
Look, unless you can make 70 more like 45, and that's what I'm worried is they're going to miss the boat on that, and they're not going to make 70 more like 45. All they're going to do is they're going to end up making me 70 for another 45 years.
45 years, yeah.
And it'll just be 50 years of life sucking as I slowly deteriorate in a chair. So, but I am flipping terrified of having a stroke.
Even stroke, not necessarily, but like blood clots. You can get blood clots from flying on a plane too long. There was a band that I loved and followed in college. Lead singer died at 35 after 2 flights across the world.
I'm a big scuba diver,
Yeah.
and regularly I see somebody who's half their body doesn't work right because they did too many dives in too short a period, and all of a sudden something popped. I don't know. That stuff scares the pants off
We
me.
could all be sitting here with an aneurysm waiting to pop. Not know it until it blows.
I named mine Charlie.
Did you?
Yeah, Charlie the aneurysm. He's into tapping long walks on the beach.
Charlie, huh?
Mm-hmm. Chuck.
Chuck
Call him old Chucky.
for short.
He's been around for a while. I don't know. I'm voting cardiovascular.
That's where I'm at too.
Yeah, that
Forget
seems
it.
pretty.
When you get old,
like,
just die like
that
the rest
seems
of us.
a no.
Stop making it weird.
That seems like a no ager.
Yeah, I don't know aging. I don't know how that even got in there. That was a lazy pick. That one's probably on me. All right, so we're out of time here. So what else? We got one more?
We got one more.
All right, let's finish this first bracket here. And then we
Yep.
got to fly through the next ones. But we'll have talked about all of them at this point, so we should be able to move through. All right, so the Grand Wizard of them all, Jada Pinkett Smith, the Alopecia, versus limb loss.
That's a tough call. Lose my hair, lose my arm.
As the resident bald guy, I don't care about alopecia. This is the dumbest conversation ever. I mean, I'd miss my eyebrows. But I haven't had hair since I was 16. Like,
And I've shaved my eyebrows before.
it looks weird, doesn't
does.
it?
Yeah,
It looks
it's
so
so
weird. It looks like your face isn't complete. Yeah, no, it's not good.
But
I-
you can tattoo those on now. My wife has them tattooed.
That's also weird.
Yeah, it's-
Nothing to do against your wife.
No,
I'm sorry, Shauna. I didn't mean that about you. I just meant, like,
Oh no, I used to tell her all the time.
It's too late.
damn it.
You can't pull that.
Can't
one
roll it back.
No.
I'm definitely showing her this clip when I get
Damn it. I'm an idiot. All right. Look, I am never going to vote for people complaining about being bald. All right. I got 25 years stuck in this hairless desert, and you've got nothing on me. So I'm going limb loss prosthetic research.
Yes, sir.
You guys
Yep.
fight it out.
No, that's easy.
Yeah, screw you, Jada Pinkett Smith, and your weird piece of hair you can't grow. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to go to a commercial. It's probably going to be Pfizer, I assume, on this episode, and we'll be right back.
I'd be annoyed if I had to itch everything
He
every
almost sold
day.
me.
I would take heart disease.
I just kept thinking, though, I'd rather put a cream on my skin than have to take a pill.
Yeah, but is there
Well,
a
then
cream?
like what goes to what's going through your head too, like because there's all different ways to look at some of these.
Well, there is. And for me, heart disease is I'd much rather give my money to the Heart Association to find a cure for that.
Yeah.
Just because it kills so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas skin disorders, I feel like is the type of thing, it's uncomfortable, but we can survive it. Let's fix this thing that's like dropping people like flies. So,
But then you see like some people that get through these kinds of things, and then they go on like that. There's this one dude that like doesn't have legs. He couldn't. I forget. He's a speaker now.
like skin disorders?
No, he has like some kind of disease where his legs really didn't grow right. He's like his
like
whole
a-
body's like
Like a
tiny.
congenital disease?
can't-
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I
I've
don't
seen
know what
that.
kind of. I don't know what that is actually. I can't remember the name of
I
it.
don't know, but I've seen that before.
But now he's like a speaker, like all over the world. He speaks and
Well, and that's my big criteria here is you can't do something after you're a survivor of one of these unless you're alive. Like, so when we talk about skin disorders, yeah, it can be uncomfortable, but,
And then if you grew up and you have something of this nature from birth, then you're much different than if you were to catch it at 15. I mean, like if you had skin disorder from birth and then you got it at 15, it would be much more traumatic.
I agree with that.
Cancer, if you had it from birth as a child, it's just cancer. But as the onlooker, it's horrific. As being a parent looking on at your child, it's horrific. Then if you get it what stage of your life do you get it? Like my mom got cancer. She's 70 years old. She smoked her entire life. She got cancer. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think, okay, if I had an eating disorder and I'm like anorexic and all jacked up, and so there's so many different ways you can approach the thought process behind it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
let's approach it some more here. Let's approach it on some of these other ones. So let's finish the winners bracket, and then we'll go into the losers. All right. So rare diseases versus neurodegenerative diseases. Like neurodegenerative, that would include Lou Gehrig's disease, right?
I would say, yeah, ALS would be part of that.
Yeah. I mean, this one's a slam dunk for me. Neurodegenerative diseases scare the crap out of me.
Yeah, I followed a podcast for a while, a comedy podcast, and one of the regulars had ALS. Like he was He was at Second City, which is a Chicago improv. He was like the top guy.
Yeah.
Got ALS. And then you could hear, when he came to this podcast to be a regular, you could see hear the progression and how he can't even do it anymore because he can't talk. Like he talked in slow motion.
That's
and
awful.
It was just like, yeah, no.
And the worst part is you're slowly getting trapped inside your own mind.
Well, and that's the thing. Like my wife worked with somebody who perfectly fine, had 2 young kids. One day she couldn't move. And I'm pretty sure she died now, and she was like 35.
Yep.
So.
I had a friend's dad who was like 45 when he died, and it went from his feet up. He slowly lost over 2 years, little by little, from his feet all the way up to his head. And by the end, he was just a head. And they're like, eventually it's going to hit the base of your brainstem, and you're no longer going to be able to tell your heart to beat, and you're just going to die.
Yeah.
And at that point, he couldn't talk anymore. I was like, this is just awful.
Get trapped in your own body.
And this is what disease?
Neurodegenerative. Well, that's ALS.
Yeah.
That's ALS that's one I give money to because I'm scared of it.
Yeah.
For no other reason than I'm just terrified of it. I don't know. I'm voting neurodegenerative. I mean, rare diseases are rare for a reason. I'm not I don't know, dumping money and research into things that are very rare over something like ALS. It just seems irresponsible to me. So this is up to you guys.
I would follow suit.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that was easy. And then we'll go pediatric versus mental health. So now we're getting into the meat of it. We've got winners fighting. Oh, you're going to go down to this one. Okay.
Yeah, you want to go across? That's
we
fine
can go.
too.
That doesn't matter to me.
That's fine. Here we go.
So pediatric disorders versus mental health. We've already had the discussions. I don't know. Does anybody have a point they want to bring up here before the vote? We talked about the kids and the weird stuff that could happen. And then all the mental diseases.
Again, I go with like when does it hit? Like obviously pediatric disorders in children, and then if like mental health, like if that's a from birth thing, you really don't know any better, but that could be frustrating as hell if you do. Like if you can comprehend everything that's going on, but you just can't like get it all out, But then again, if you do that from childhood, if it happens when you're 15.
I'm 100% mental health.
Yeah, mental health.
Yeah.
Like
I go mental health.
the thing that bothers me about mental health almost more than anything else is what it does to the people around you.
Well, you're trapped by your own mind.
Yes.
Instead of trapped in your own mind.
There's almost no worse concept I can think of than my mind turning on me.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's just horrible. I mean, sorry, kids. We're not judging you. It's not about you, kids. Cancer versus heart disease.
That's a heavy hitter.
Wow. That's a big battle. I know how I'm going to vote, but I don't even know if I can explain it.
Personally, I'm going cancer to win.
Explain your reasoning.
So there's lots of forms of cancer, but there's suffering. Like depending on your heart disease, you're probably more likely to just croak. Cancer, there's usually a slow decline, and sometimes a quick decline, but there's still that progressive decline.
Yeah, I don't know. And I always feel like once you have cancer survivors, I get it, but once you have cancer, you're just spend the rest of your life looking for more cancer.
Yeah, you're tied to doctors.
Yeah, You're always looking for cancer. You're always worried about cancer. Like you never really get relief for the rest of your life.
Never technically cured. It's just
in remission.
Yep.
I don't know. Cancer, your body literally trying to eat itself is similar to the neurodisease stuff or the mental health stuff, where it's just that concept that your body's rejecting you is, it's cancer all the way for me.
I pick cancer on this one too.
Okay, cool.
I don't like the idea of the long-term, the whole process of like remediating it.
Yep, I agree. Was that
10?
It was 10, okay. All right, so we're moving through pretty quick here. We got one last one here on the semifinals. Cardiovascular versus cardiovascular has stroke. I mean, if you told me you could have a stroke or you could lose a leg, I'm probably going to give up the leg. I don't know.
Say this might be a different conversation 30, 40 years ago.
But now I could get one of those fancy bendy legs.
I would say you can. There was that guy who was in the Olympics, and he ended up murdering his girlfriend and stuff. But
Well, sometimes you got to murder.
But he had those springs that he ran on.
Yeah, those things are awesome.
Like prosthetics have come.
I mean, I'd be more
way.
pissed if, but they got cyborg arms coming out. Like
Yeah,
it's getting
exactly.
better all the time. Like on the flip side, I do like the idea of dumping more research into prosthetic limbs, but not at the expense of stroke. Like, I don't know. I got to go cardiovascular in this one.
Yeah, I'm cardiovascular too.
Yeah, I mean, you lose a foot, I can get around. Hand, that would suck, but what are you going to do? I don't want to do it, but
It's just a thing that's gone,
yeah, it's a thing that's gone, you move on.
and then there's no problem.
But if I get all strokey and my face doesn't work right, and like whole side of my body's like,
Drooling out the
yeah, I don't know.
the
I
lip.
can't think right.
spitting all over yourself. in
Yeah,
public.
I mean, that's a normal, Thursday night for me, but I control it on Thursday. It's not some blood clot.
It's self-induced.
That's right. All right, so we're in the sauce now, guys.
Yeah.
So we've got what we got neurodegenerative disease versus cancer.
Yep.
Why is it so hard? That's what she said. I neurodegenerative. So ALS versus pancreatic cancer. Man, MS versus colon cancer. Pediatric cancer versus Parkinson's. I don't know, man. They both got heavy hitters in their ranks.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like
they
the
absolutely
Yankees
do.
versus the Yankees. It's tough.
We may have to review the list, and
You know what?
so what it.
I
It's going to take a little more thought on different diseases.
yeah,
here.
but I think I know how I'm going to go here.
For me, it's neurodegenerative.
Yep.
Cancer
I got to fight
has
the
a
chance.
remission stage.
Yep.
I mean, I have family that has MS. There's no such thing as remission with MS.
Which is always going to get worse.
You just take your meds and hope you slow it down.
Yes.
That's all it is.
And ALS is horrific. We've talked about that already.
Mm-hmm.
Parkinson's. I mean, yeah, you might get a sitcom. But
So, yeah, Michael J.
Michael J. But other than that, I mean, dementia.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just horrific.
Yeah, only to the
Alzheimer's.
onlooker though.
Yeah, that's true. Only but Alzheimer's. But I mean, even Alzheimer's, like there's a stage there where you're losing your mind, and there's nothing you can do about it.
But you only remember for a split brief.
Well, that is true. Once you get stuck back in the 1970s,
So
you're
you get
cool.
to-
You have to
relive
look at it
your
from.
life and-
You have
That's
to
right.
look at it from your own personal perspective. So I'd rather not remember
Don't tell me what to do.
at times.
I don't know. I'm going neurodegenerative. That's my vote. Cancer sucks, but I can fight cancer.
I think I agree with you guys.
All right, cool. So
Was it-
neurodegenerative in the finals, and then we've got what? Cardio. Oh, go ahead.
Cancer popped down. What is this
That's-
number?
That would be 10. Did I not number those?
I do.
It
not
would
think
probably
so.
be.
No.
Did I screw that up?
Yeah, we don't have them. No, they're not in here. They made it far enough.
Well, you know what?
Wait.
Wait. Go up.
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
Because this will go here.
Just put cancer in at alopecia. Come on, who cares, right?
All right, where is it?
It's-
No.
We'll just bump one that's obviously going to lose.
Just-
Alopecia's not going anywhere. Alopecia's on the far left.
So put it here.
Yeah, just put it there. There
All
you
right.
go. Look, it's an unofficial tournament. There's no money on the line. All right, if you have a problem, write an email. We may or may not read it. All right, what do we
So
got here?
cardiovascular
disease
and
versus
mental health.
So stroke versus schizophrenia. Again. Oh man, I know I'm going to vote, but that is a brutal call.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's mental health.
Mental health.
Again, trapped by your mind.
Yeah, when we came up with this concept, I don't think I thought it was going to be neurodegenerative versus mental health. I mean, it did just win because it doesn't matter what Jimmy says. We're both going mental
I
health.
know. I can't even.
You don't even get a vote.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I should just keep my.
That
vote.
is not the way I thought this was going
I'll
to go.
just keep my
Okay.
vote silent then.
It's I'm sorry, Jimmy.
I'm just going to keep it to myself.
All right, so again, I didn't put this in here, so
Get
aging.
rid of aging.
Yeah, screw you, aging. You suck.
All right, so
Whoa.
trapped by your mind versus trapped in your mind.
Oh, man. Jimmy, why don't you go ahead first, since we totally boned you on the last one.
Now we have to pick the winner out of these two.
This
Yeah.
is to move into the finals. So this is the final of the winners bracket.
Well, I'm gonna pick the neurodegenerative just because I think I'm gonna make the assumption that mental health it's just all you know, and it's not necessarily any kind of.
Tyler.
I'm gonna agree with Jimmy. I mean, mental health. There's at least resources to.
You're getting
You can be
you're in a
schizophrenic,
phase.
but you have schizophrenic episodes, and not necessarily depending on your grade. But you're not always imagining people around you.
Neurodegenerative it is. All right. So the winner's bracket taken by neurodegenerative diseases. L13, mental health.
All right.
And then you move neurodegenerative back there too. So that goes to...
the grand winner. Yeah.
Yep. So neurodegenerative has one more fight to win to be... No, not grand
here.
winner. It goes into WB1.
This one.
Now it has to fight the winner of the loser's bracket.
I
'cause
see.
Maybe
Yep.
somebody snuck up. All right, so let's run through this real quick. This is going to be speed disease. So infectious disease versus cancer. Go.
Cancer.
All right, cancer wins. Infectious disease, you suck. All right, whoa. Yeah, no, you're right.
Sorry.
AIDS, which isn't even still really a disease, versus cardiovascular.
Cardiovascular.
Cardiovascular,
It's
yeah.
not even a thing. It's Magic Johnson kicked its ass. Digestive diseases, like Crohn's versus brain disorders.
Brain.
Yeah, brain. Yeah. You can deal with some Crohn's. Skin disorders versus lung disease.
Still going skin disorders.
I gotta go lung disease.
I think I'm gonna go skin.
Oh, COPD? I don't know. I'd rather have a rash.
Yes, I mean,
Doesn't matter. You guys both went skin. Skin moves on.
lifelong itch.
It's all right. So now we gotta do 3 in quick succession here. So cancer, heart disease, go.
Cancer.
Didn't these guys already fight? All right, cancer, and then you don't have to move anything yet. And
All right.
cardiovascular versus rare disease. Cardiovascular.
Yeah, cardiovascular.
So now cardiovascular versus cancer.
Cancer.
Cardio versus cancer.
Cardio versus cancer.
Stroke versus cancer.
Stroke versus cancer.
I don't know.
I know you're
Think
talking
about
yourself out of it now.
I'm gonna go cardio.
Oh man,
Yeah, stroke's pretty brutal.
I gotta go cardiovascular.
I think I do too.
I don't know, a blood clot. Yeah, cardiovascular. I think. I think it's the right. I don't know.
I think so.
How did cancer
like-
not
I
get
just-
any further than
I
that?
don't like that sudden, out of control change of life.
Yes.
It's like,
Cancer's
yeah,
kinda
that's what it is. You're going,
Where
and
you just
then
have to accept. Oh my god, like this.
Yeah.
I can never do that thing again.
like
now
lose
my
control of your like one side of your body.
No. We did good, guys. We did good on that one.
All right.
Brain disorders versus pediatric disorders. Man, now remember, but
I'm gonna go with brain just because I say pediatric again is just a kid that doesn't really know any better, and it's when you don't know, you just don't know.
I don't know.
I say I'm completely torn.
I don't know what to do with this one. This one's breaking my brain disorder. I don't eeny, meeny, miny.
I kind of get Jimmy's point. Like the pediatric.
I'm
pulls
also
me just
looking
'cause
at
I
it
have
from an
kids.
adult point of view, though. I'm not looking at it from the.
I don't know. I got to go pediatric on this one.
I'm not looking at it from being.
I mean, look, if brain disorder had some other stuff in with it, like if it had like neurological diseases in with it, or if it had,
Yeah.
but we're really talking mostly about embolisms, aneurysms, trauma, tumors, that type of stuff. And while I think it's valuable, I don't know, if I was given money and they told me you could cure a kid with a disorder or you could cure somebody with a tumor in their brain.
Okay,
I'd
see
ra-
that perspective, then I would give to the kid. And it probably, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go pediatric.
You're going to go pediatric?
Yeah.
I let you guys take it gracefully.
All right, fair enough. So pediatric, and then skin disorders versus limb loss.
Limb
Skin
loss.
disorder.
Limb loss because you still have that phantom itch. Like you lose your leg,
Oh,
you're still gonna
phantom
You're
limb.
still gonna itch. Yeah. That's like a very real thing.
Yeah,
Phantom itch because you have
So people who lose limbs still.
itch and then they can't scratch it.
Yeah.
they have pain too. Like you feel
ghost
like your hand
limbs.
hurts, but you don't have a hand.
Whoa, that's weird.
Yeah, just because your brain's still making that connection.
Still won't want the skin disorder.
I don't know, man. I feel like you can itch, but what happens if you don't have your left hand and you have your right arm itches?
Meditate.
Then you're just scratching up against walls. Like,
Like a bear.
yeah. I think limb
I wonder
loss
if
is worse.
acupuncture could do that. If you go get
I mean,
an acupuncture and you could figure out what the nerve is, you could stop that. I don't know. They probably would have figured that out by now. I just wouldn't want the skin disorder, man. I'm a skin disorder hater.
I noticed. I know you're really hard on the skin disorders. I don't know. I got to go limb loss. If you told me you're going to give me a rash or cut off my arm, I'd take the rash.
All right, then pediatric versus limb loss.
Pediatric. You guys fight
Yeah,
this one out.
I say pediatric.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
All right. So where are we at? We've got
We got-
pediatric
Versus cardiovascular.
versus cardiovascular. Sorry, kids. I don't want a stroke. I don't want to get all strokey. I'm sorry if a kid's got to have a lung disorder for that to happen. It's like, suck it, kid.
See, now I go back to the age thing. Like, how old were you when you developed it? And, you know, if I could save a kid versus if I live my life and I'm 50 years old, you know, then I'd probably say, okay,
50 is the new 48, man.
gracefully bow out. So there'd be a sliding scale there for me. I'm probably going to give it to the kids.
Ooh, so it's all up to you, Tyler.
I'm going cardiovascular.
Oh!
I don't want an aneurysm.
All right.
And I love kids, but
Not all of them, right?
not all of them.
No,
My
I hear
kids.
what you're saying.
My kids. Yeah.
Some of them are little shits. Yeah.
Sometimes that's my
Sorry,
kids too.
kids. Daddy's gonna survive.
All right. So here we go. We've got the big three: mental health versus cardiovascular first.
Mental health.
Man, stroke versus schizophrenia, Jimmy. What are you thinking? Oh, it's tough. You came to a conclusion really quick on that one.
Yeah. Again, coming back to being trapped by my mind is more fearful than.
Do we know for a fact
An aneurysm.
how many mental health people are really experiencing their mental health disorder?
I don't know, but again, mental health, you have at least treatment options. Like cardiovascular, once you have that stroke.
Yeah, but you gotta live with it, right?
Yeah, you do.
I mean, an aneurysm.
Yeah, but
you can survive.
but you're around everyone who has mental health problems. You don't even know. Like, you think the weirdo is the nurse.
Like,
What world are you creating in your mind?
I'm envisioning I'm the mental health guy in this
All right,
weird
hold
this
on.
weird
What if you just
common
have
sensual
What if you just have agoraphobia
person
and you
comes
can't
in
leave
here.
your house?
yeah.
Or what if you just have a severe fear of water?
Well, that's just
Which I actually
Big deal.
have. I know somebody with a fear of water.
Big
She
deal.
can't shower.
Ooh.
Can't shower.
No. I mean, it's great. Well, I mean, she's scared of the water. So
Well, she could still wash herself with a cloth.
that's what she does. She basically.
I don't see that out doing cardiovascular.
Yeah, but there's a lot of water out there. Like, you encounter it. What if it starts raining and she's out in the park? Like,
Yeah.
she
Holy
could have.
crap.
I mean, she's passed out before.
Well, you can
because of that
watch
situation.
weather.
So you can watch
I'm
the
going
weather.
cardio.
I'm going cardio too. Yeah, I don't know. I got to go
Cardio.
cardiovascular.
Wow.
I just, I feel like I'm not happy with either one of those options, but I really don't want to have a stroke.
No, I can see that. But
So, or
Cardiovascular.
an aneurysm, or yeah, I don't know. So then that leaves us cardiovascular versus neurodegenerative.
Okay, I need to know these lists of.
So like neurodegenerative is the ALS, MS,
Parkinson's,
Parkinson's.
dementia, Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
See, dementia and Alzheimer's, I don't consider them that bad. I mean, they're bad to the onlooker, but
Yeah, but even still, like I don't.
once you,
I
are
would like
losing
them to
your
get
mind-
fixed so that my wife doesn't get,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
you know, Alzheimer's, and all of a sudden she forgets me.
And is it real common? And then what's the what's the how
Alzheimer's is fairly common.
compared to?
Yeah, I mean,
And at a certain age, between Alzheimer's and dementia, it's a shockingly high percentage of people that end up with some form of both.
But are we looking at it from the onlooker's perspective,
You look at it whatever
or
perspective you
what
want.
you want to get?
There are no criteria here. I opened that way.
Yeah, I'm looking at it from my perspective as having it, which completely changes it. I would care less if I don't want to get Alzheimer's because I don't want my kids and my wife to watch it, but at the same time, I'm not going to notice anything. I'm just not going to know what's going on.
yeah, it's assuming you end up with Alzheimer's or dementia, but you get something like ALS or
Yeah.
Parkinson's.
There- but the-
Parkinson's or even MS. Depending on the grade of MS, you're going to be walking with a cane in a few weeks.
Yep.
Well, in this particular situation, it's almost like those kind of don't go in. Shouldn't be in the same category.
They're
Because
very
I would
similar.
never want those, but I wouldn't care about Alzheimer's or dementia.
I mean, I feel like I would though. Like my mind's the only thing I have.
I would absolutely be that angry Alzheimer's patient that's screaming at people.
Yeah.
As I slowly lose my mind.
But you wouldn't even remember it.
You wouldn't when you're done, but the process is what you wouldn't remember when it's over. But everybody who knew you would remember you going through it. They don't forget. They got to live with it.
I'm not worried about that. I'm thinking about me. What's that?
Fair enough.
What's the?
I can't argue with that concept. That's actually pretty rock solid logic.
What's that show with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, like
51st dates.
Yeah.
Hey, my name's Tim. Hey, my name's Tim.
That movie is ridiculous. There's not a guy in the world who put up with that crap. I don't care. And she wasn't even that hot. All right, Drew Barrymore. Like, you got to pick somebody significantly hotter than Drew.
I don't know. I like
Pull
Drew
that off.
Barrymore.
I like Drew Barrymore. Not 50 first dates where she forgets me every time. Or I got to do some magical crap every morning.
Got to make movies all the time.
It gets exhausting. Like, no dice. I'm moving on. I'm going to find some chick whose head works.
It seems to me like I'm probably leaning more in the neurodegenerative arena, but not because of those.
Your word choices are classic. I love it. All right, so we got to vote for neurodegenerative. I think, Tyler, I think we got 2 votes for neurodegenerative.
I say you have a third.
So
That's unanimous.
All right, so it carried through. It was able to fight off contenders from the losers bracket, and I feel like some sound effect will get added here in post-production. But neurodegenerative diseases. That, ladies and gentlemen, is where your hard-earned money should go. Fix that first. And then if you have some extra cash, maybe deal with strokes. Throw a little money there. Maybe a better schizophrenia pill. I don't know. Those are all top 3 guys. So I think any one of those are wise choices. One thing I think we learned very quickly in this exercise, though, is Will Smith's stupid. I mean, right? Alopecia. I mean, just shave it off and move on with your day. It's not a big deal.
He just had a knee-jerk reaction to defend his wife.
That
That
whole thing was staged. Get out of here. That was on a stage. Staged on a stage.
You think Chris Rock was in on it?
Staged?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
That's the type of dumbassery that if it wasn't staged.
Dumbass.
I mean, come on. That's idiotic.
So do you think it was staged?
Either staged by them or by him. I don't know. But he was literally up there 3 minutes later taking an acceptance speech for Best Actor. And then they kicked him out of the Academy. It's like this all happened in 5 minutes, all because what? Their ratings are the lowest they've ever been in the history of the Academy Awards because nobody cares. At least we're talking about them. Usually the show goes through and 5 people watch it and nobody cares what the results are. For the first time in 30 years, people are actually talking about the Academy Awards. First time in 30 years, I know who Best Actor was. Not because I watch them. I'm not going to watch that horse
all
crap,
over the news.
but because it's all over the news.
They probably needed to do it for ratings.
That's what I'm saying. It was staged for ratings.
Conspiracy.
I think it's a conspiracy. I think on the next conspiracy theory episode, I'm doing the Will Smith slap. The Will Smith slap conspiracy. I bet you BlackRock's involved.
Tie it back to the New World Order.
Absolutely.
If we don't do
Definitely
something,
George Soros money was in there. I'll find it. It's in there. What's up?
if we don't do something off the hook this year to bring them next year, we're not going to have an awards.
It's who does everybody love? Will Smith. Let's have him slap a bitch. I'm like, you can almost see them writing it. Like this whole thing's happening.
Will, we have a proposition for you.
Will, your TikTok channel's not doing that great. Would you like to slap somebody? You know what? I'm in. Let's do this. Don't tell Chris. And that's why it looked so authentic. Nobody told Chris. Hung him out to dry on that one. That's why he was balling that fist to the side. He was ready to knock Will Smith out.
He was the outsider.
He was the outsider. Well, you got to have a patsy. You can't pull off a scam like that if everybody's in the know.
I don't know. I feel like Ashton Kutcher would have jumped out. Been like punked.
Nobody knows what that means anymore.
You've been punked.
Dude, when was punked on? How long? How
Early
old is that
2000s.
show? Was it early
Yeah.
2000s? Dude, have you seen Ashton Kutcher lately?
No, I haven't.
He looks old.
Does he?
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
He's like my age. He hasn't aged as gracefully as we have.
No,
No. No, I mean, we're beautiful.
not all can do that.
Not everybody can pull it off.
It's a special crowd.
We're kind of great. Yeah, in a lot of ways.
I agree.
Yeah. He's looking a little rough, but ironically, Demi Moore looks the same. She's got that like Jennifer Lopez thing going on where she doesn't age.
She drinks
What
the
it-
kid's blood.
Is that what it is? Are they drinking children's blood?
Yeah, I think
like,
so.
is that where the pediatric disorders are coming from? They're taking their good soul and replacing it with
shots of adrenaline.
All I know is Jennifer Lopez looks like she's 26. I don't know how she's pushing 60. How is that even possible?
Good surgeon or good genes.
Well, even if it must be a good surgeon because she doesn't even look all plasticed up.
Yeah.
I read an interview with her once where somebody asked her how she does it, and I kid you not, her answer was, "I don't go out in the sun. I don't eat anything except for vegetables and lean fruits," which I don't even know what that is. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do any drugs, and I limit my exposure to stressful situations. And I'm like, hold on. So the mental image I got after she described her lifestyle is her laying quietly in a sarcophagus.
So, yeah, it's just
23 hours a day, and then slowly rising up for a 1-hour performance, and then they put her back down into cold storage. Like, that is the most boring. I would rather look like I do now, which is basically the bottom of an old shoe.
Being beautiful.
But know that I live like an animal.
Being beautiful just isn't easy.
Oh, it's not worth it. Like, I mean, she looks great, but nobody can see her because she doesn't go outside. Like, moonlight burns her.
Sounds like a vampire.
She sounds like a vampire. She's drinking kids' blood. Yeah, that was a very disturbing interview. And the interviewer is like, "Oh, that sounds like what we should all emulate." And I'm like, "That sounds awful." I was like,
No time in the sun.
No time in the sun, no alcohol. I can't even make it through this podcast without getting at least half tipsy. I mean, I don't.
Say, I'll take my medium rare steak with a beer.
Absolutely. And you know what? If I get crow's feet because of it, so be it.
I'll do it outside on the deck. Remove the umbrella.
Yes. And you know what? Just out of spite, no sunblock.
Yeah, exactly.
No. I'm just going to get all blotchy and burned out of spite for Jennifer Lopez. Somehow that shows her.
I mean, in spite of it all is a lot of valid points, I would think.
No, I'm sure.
I think if you wanted to, I think that would probably make some kind of difference.
Probably, but by that same measure, I'm probably aging well because I'm pickled.
Pickled.
Yeah, there's mostly alcohol and molten hops and bong resin running through these veins. So, you know, like, I don't know. You can go either direction. It's fine. Like, I don't know. I don't take it. Probably drinks formaldehyde. Like, I don't know. That's too much work for me. I'm far too lazy.
Yeah, I don't really care what I look like.
I don't either. Yeah. But, I mean, I guess when you make your living off of what you look like.
Which I had no hope at anyway, so.
No, and that's true. I guess it's, to Jimmy's point, you gotta look at the perspective. Like, we were all pretty fugly.
Yeah.
Well, that's a sobering thought. Whatever. What are you gonna do? Might as well get another drink.
You just roll with it.
Just roll with it.
Make the best of it. You roll with it.
I'll tell you what.
You pray for dementia.
You know what I will say? It's everybody's nervous around a hot chick, but everybody trusts this ugly mug. Like, nobody's nervous around this thing. When they take one look, they're like, "That guy's no threat whatsoever. There, he's not going to steal my wife. Nobody's even going to notice him in a room. Like, yeah,
let's start off with that guy over there.
He's fine. Let him in. Who cares?" All right. So that's all we got for today. Does anybody have any final thoughts on this whole pile of baloney?
Didn't go the way I thought it would, but
I would, if you had asked me in the beginning, I thought this was going cancer all the way.
I did too.
And cancer got its ass kicked. It didn't even make it past second round, did it?
It made it
to the second round in.
Yeah.
It beat heart disease, and then it lost to cardiovascular.
Yep.
But where did it make it in the winner's bracket?
Winner's bracket, cancer, second round.
Oh, okay,
round.
So it made it to the semifinals.
Yeah, lost to the eventual winner.
All right, so that's fair. But then it also lost to somebody on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah.
Cardiovascular swung through and kicked its butt in the loser's bracket. Cancer, you just weren't what you used to be, buddy. It's
it'll probably find a new one to revive its reputation.
A new cancer.
Yeah.
I don't know. They got cancer of everything now. Like, where would they put new cancer?
I don't know. Let's not ask that question.
Will it be like New Coke?
Yeah.
Like Coke Clear.
Or Pepsi Clear, yeah.
Yeah. You looked more disgusted
Coke
by me
Clear.
saying New Coke than all the diseases we talked about for the last hour. Like, that was the thing that made your stomach turn. As we're talking about skin disorders. All right, that's enough.
I'm really glad that we worked that out.
Well, now we know where to put our imaginary money that we donate. All that Monopoly money we have. Tyler, thanks, man.
Yep.
Jimmy, thanks. Later, taters.
Later, taters.
The Broken Agenda Podcast. Sponsored by Laughing Rock Technology.